I serve at 413 Strong, and I've been there for about 9 years. And I started because I just fell in love with what the guys at 413 Strong, the participants coming through 413 Strong, are trying to do. The idea is that, for a man who may come from a past that is broken, a past that has not been going the way that he wants to, life's not over.
So Steve is one that shows up early, stays late. He teaches 12 to 15 hours of classes a week. And on top of that, he does the bookkeeping and the fundraising. And so he really has invested sweat, time, energy, and a lot of wisdom.
I grew up in a house with a mom and a dad. I grew up surrounded by people that were there to help me along the path. There were points in my teenage years where I tried to jump off that path and do it my own way, and I couldn't. I had so many people there to put me back on it and push me forward that I didn't have a choice other than to succeed. And I look at the men that are coming to 413 Strong, they didn't have that. They didn't have that support structure. They didn't have that guidance. They didn't even have that path. The path that I couldn't get off, they couldn't get on. And so here's what drives me to serve. Show those guys that path.
As a president and CEO of an organization, Steve, he's an inspiring man, and it's even more inspiring when you know that he does it all as a volunteer.
When I started at Pencil 3 years ago, Dana was already one of those guys who was just always around. And he's been so involved at the schools. In his role at Stansel, as a mentor to people who want to be electricians, he mentored 400 students, but in total, over 1,000 people.
It was in 2015, Bob Kuchar with Pencil approached management at Stansel Electric Company, where I worked, about partnering with one of the local high schools. And we saw that as an opportunity to possibly develop a pipeline of employees for the company. I asked my boss, I said, we're going to partner with this school, who's going to head up this initiative? And he just looked at me and said, you are. And I thought, at that point, they're dumping something on me that no one else wants, right? But I found out later it's the best thing they ever did.
What Dana did went so far above and beyond teaching kids how to be an electrician. He would go to students' football games. He went to events at the school just so the students knew that he was always there for them.
We may never know the impact we have in life, right? It's just knowing that I'm doing something to make the world a little bit better. The spiritual side of me is that's what we're supposed to do, is to help one another.
The Free Store is a place that anyone can come who is in need to get practical household goods. It's recycling. It's being more conscientious about our city and our earth and taking care of people.
Yeah, one thing that's special about the Free Store as well is that we're client choice. And so, other places that you go for help throughout the city, they may give you a preset box of here's everything that you need.
We don't require any sort of people to tell us how much their income is. We will help people who are just getting their first apartment. So someone who's maybe been homeless will be one of our shoppers. It's also been a kind of a group thing where a lot of people, we get together and we became a family.
Connie kind of started talking about she's so dedicated to the Free Store. She's always thinking about how can I get donations? How can I help with pickups? Do we have enough volunteers? She's very dedicated to the legacy of the Free Store, having been, one of the founding members. And I just think that it's so impactful what the Free Store is doing, and we wouldn't be able to do it without the volunteers that do it week in and week out.